Don't you think that they need the Champions League's money here? I think so. I think they need that. I think that's a good answer, isn't it?
Folks, I do apologise. I took so long to get on and do this podcast. I'm literally off the plane less than an hour or so, getting to my mum's house and looking over, taking the news in. I'm in shock that we're losing Matt O'Reilly, but it was going to happen. It was going to happen. So hello to everyone that's tuning in on a Friday night on Facebook and YouTube. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. That's the biggest mission. But look at Jot was heartbreaking news. Ange was heartbreaking news. Joe Hart was heartbreaking news. Henrik Larsson was a devastation. Players come and go. The show must still go on. Matt O'Reilly was an absolute servant to Celtic over the last 3 years. 1.8 million we pushed him from MK Dons. But the show goes on, folks. So I'm just going to keep you up with tabs and tell you exactly what's going on. Report by Fabrizio Romano, report by Sky Sports and other outlets tonight that a deal has been agreed. Personal terms have been agreed for Matt O'Reilly to join Brighton and Hove Albion of the Premier League. The fee is £25 million plus 5 million add-ons. 5 million add-ons. So today, Brendan Rodgers was asked by Luke Shanley, will Matt O'Reilly be a part of the squad to travel to Paisley against St Mirren on Sunday? He said, yeah, he's in contention. Then obviously he said the only way, unless something changes, and obviously Celtic and Brighton have been back and forth negotiating a deal since Monday, Sky Sports reported, and it's happened. It's happened. And you know what? I just want to say, I wish Matt the very best. I really do wish Matt the very best. If any Celtic fan that's come on is going to be very grim about Matt O'Reilly leaving Celtic, you don't have a football brain. You don't have a football brain. I think you should be more frustrated with the board if they don't have a contingency plan by the end of this window. At the end of the day, it is, emotions do come into place, but it's a business. It's a business. We've made over basically 12 plus on this. 12 plus. So we need to bring a new midfielder in. If it's going to be Mateus Rugas of LAFC, is it going to be, could it be Paolo Bernardo as the replacement? You really don't know. There's been a lot of frustration with Celtic fans over the last 2 to 3 weeks with the lack of activity coming in. Now, listen to a couple of podcasts earlier on. Some people are picking up for the board and saying, well, Brendan has been backed. He's got Adamida. It was 4.5 million bid originally. We went back in and doubled it and got Adamida. You know, he's got Kasper Schmeichel in the door. He's got a young keeper as a second option in the door. You've got Paolo Bernardo in the door. There's been that defence. In my eyes, I am not panicking because there's still a week left in the window. Still 1 week to go. A lot of things can happen. A lot of things can happen over the next week, folks. Transfer window closes, I think, at 11 o'clock in Scotland next Friday. We are going to miss him. We are going to miss him. I'm looking at the comments here, folks. It's not like I'm blanking us off by any chance. It is a Scottish record, transfer record, because of the add-on. So, okay. You got to think of his perspective, right? We knew last season that there was going to be, club sniffing around for his signature because he's playing so well. And this is what happens. I wouldn't be surprised to be another couple of clubs in for Carter Vickers by the end of the window. I know we have tore down 3 bids from Galatasaray, Besiktas, and Atalanta, but we done well. We held firm against Atalanta. All them bids, there was 21 million, and then altogether it was maybe 24 million with add-ons, and we held together and we got what we wanted. I thought it was going to go to the final day, to be honest with you, and don't say I'm a football man. I'm not saying you're not a football man. I'm saying in general, people in general are angry. You can't be angry at Matt O'Reilly moving on. You can be angry at the board. It's his career. If he wants to move on, if it suits the club, suits the player and suits in Brighton, move on. Move on. Danny, at the end of the day, players come and go. As you said, you've been around supporting Celtic 60 years. You've been through the heartbreak of losing good players. And you still support them. You know? I just feel like there's going to be one or two individuals that are going to be so angry because Percy and Matt O'Reilly, because he's moved on, because he wants to better his career in his eyes. He's 23 years of age. If he wants to go to the Premier League and take a chance, and if it isn't greener on the other side, that's his decision. That's his decision. You know, Brighton are on the up. Brighton's after bringing in a new young manager. You know, it looks like they are putting money into the squad. How much? 25 million plus 5 million add-ons. 5 million add-ons. If you want to see the proper detail of the deal, it is on Sky Sports as well, if you want to read into it. But it was confirmed about 8:30 tonight. Literally just off the plane I was, and I seen all this coming through. Fabrizio, Romano. But the good news, folks, is Kyogo's not going anywhere. That was a rumour. That was a complete, utter rumour that was going around. Yes, he has changed agents, but there was no approach from Man City for Kyogo. And Pep came out and said it today that they're not looking to bring any more faces in unless there's injuries or suspensions. That's the only way they're going to bring anyone in before the end of the window. So we can all relax on that one there. So Kyogo will be here. Look, I don't blame you for being good, but look, as I said, players come and go. Players come and go, and I can understand a lot of fans have lost patience over the last few weeks of seeing other clubs doing business, seeing other clubs buying players and selling players, and we've bought players in, we've done business getting players out as well. But we'll get players in. We will get players in. If we go into, just say, Saturday week, and we don't have, before the derby, we haven't replaced Matt Roddy. I'm not saying in potential, I mean as in getting another midfielder in. And whoever we do get in could improve and be at potential and maybe better than Matt Roddy. We really don't know. I know we've been linked to the Polish midfielder. I did see the private jet, but I don't know if it was actually accurate, to be honest, Lewis, to be honest. I seen all on X yesterday. So we'll see what happens. See what they want people keep saying Lennon Miller. Maybe. But fair play to Matt. Like, he came in, took his chance. You go back to his interview. I remember he played in his I think his first game, if I'm correct, was against Hearts and Tynecastle. Thought he played absolutely outstanding. But there will be bids in for other players before the end of the window. You'd be surprised. There will be another approach for Carter Vickers. Mark my words. I wouldn't be surprised to be approached for Kyogo again, because the likes of these rumours, other clubs will cop on and say, oh, Jesus, Man City, one of the biggest clubs in the world, they're looking at a striker like Kyogo. I'm sure there will be other teams that probably sniffing around, but I'm not worried. I'm really not worried. I know there's a week left, folks, and I understand the frustration. I understand that a lot of fans are feeling that the club are not spending the money that they have at their disposal. And Brendan Rodgers kind of hinted it today in the press conference. He keeps saying Celtic have set the benchmark. If Celtic want to be competitive in Europe, they have to go out and look at quality players. They have to identify targets and get the right targets in. It's just mad at the moment. It's just mad. As I said, there's still no head of recruitment. It's just that he was asked today about the recruitment strategy, and he said, people go out and scout, and it comes to me, and then if I feel like that's a player that we should go for, I'll bring it to the board. Bring it to the board. So I've seen we did make an approach for Diawara today, 19 years of age, defensive midfielder. He's played 15 times for Lyon. He is 6'2". He came from PSG's youth academy. Lyon signed him last season, and reports that it's meant to be a 3 million quid bid. So a couple of sources in France tweeted about it last night and in the early hours of this morning. So I didn't see much of him, to be honest, on YouTube. Just looked at his stats. Could be a project player, but we need to get someone that has a bit more potential. I know that the French league is a good league, but I'd rather get Mathias Bogas, where he's played for a big club like Leeds. I know it's only 3 or 4 games, and then playing in the MLS and scoring some absolute pelters as well. And he can play in loads of positions as well. So there's 170 people tuning in tonight. I have the webcam on, so it's picking up the noise for the audio. All I'm asking is subscribe to the channel if you're tuning in on YouTube or Facebook. Just go over to YouTube, come on the Hoop Celtic, and then subscribe. It'd be really appreciated. It'd be nothing worse than stressing, getting home to do a podcast and not one new subscriber. I'd be like, Jesus, it's not a waste of time because we're getting to talk about this particular look, a Starfelt's gone. I was looking at a picture earlier on of Starfelt, Jota, and Matt O'Reilly. I'm like, players come and go. We get attached to these players. And that's just the way marketing and the club and the media push these players on for the fans to, win them in, fall in love with them, But as Brendan says, wait, judge me at the end of the transfer window. There's a week to go. As I said, if you haven't seen Brendan Rodgers' press conference today, I'd recommend watch it. Now, it goes on for 26 minutes, but about a good chunk of 8 minutes is talking about recruitment, going to a next level, getting players in, identifying players. He made it clear today that Gustav Lagerbielke, he needs to move on. It's been a difficult move for him. He's had a phenomenal professional approach to it. He's been training with handful of players most weekends. When he's not in the squad, he's still trying to fight for his place. But the reports tonight that Lecce have inquired about Gustav Lagerbielke. I don't know if it's going to be a loan move or it's going to be a permanent move. Back in January, they went in for a loan move for Lagerbielke, and it was turned down because the reason why it was turned down because Carter Vickers got injured around that time and he wanted backup. That's the reason why. So we do need a left back. We do need to replace Matt O'Reilly. Brendan's made it clear today that we're not going to be getting another striker. He has full faith in Kyogo, Maeda, and Ida as strikers. Says this and that, but he's the manager. He's the manager. You got to think about it. He's not allowed to speak about certain things about the board because at the end of the day, that's his bosses. That's his bosses. He has to put in a way that he feels frustrated. He's made it clear that he wants to build a team that can go. He doesn't want Celtic to go in the Champions League for just as a name, as a number. We're going to go in and actually challenge teams, So last year was an absolute failure. Last year was a failure in recruitment. I know Mark Lawwell and other people in the recruitment eventually left the club, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's on next Thursday. It's on at 5 o'clock next Thursday. So I'll be going live on the channel. I'll be going live to talk about, we're in part 3, talk about our opponents and who comes out and the reaction and stuff like that as well. 8 games to look forward to the Champions League, and it'll be without Matt O'Reilly. Some people might say in the channel tonight that we should have held off to January because we would have probably made more money off Matt O'Reilly. But look, if the board feel like that's enough for Matt O'Reilly, at the end of the day, we don't dictate the valuation. We're only fans. It's what the board dictate, So, as I said, we bought him for 1.8 million. He's played over. It's gonna share the screen for you. Just go through this here. We see. Major step backwards. We didn't need the 30 million thrown away. Any chance of improving? Look, at players come and go, folks. As I said, and I'm not trying to be. I'm not picking a side here, but realistically, it was bound to happen. It was going to happen one day anyway. That he was going to move on. Yeah, we could have probably got more from Matt O'Reilly if he stayed longer. But what if Matt O'Reilly got an injury and would affect up his chances of a higher fee? So there you go. We bought him for 1.8 million. We're going to sell him for 25 million up front and then 5 million add-ons. Just let me just pull up his stats for you as well. His overall stats for Celtic. I don't have my mouse with me tonight, so it's an absolute nightmare trying to click all this stuff here. But yeah, I'm on to chat to you. Let me know how he's feeling. I still believe we'll go. I still believe we have a good enough squad there to challenge all the way, regardless one key player going. And look at Matt scored a lot of our goals last season. You know, contributions were phenomenal. 18 assists, 19 goals. So let's see. Just look on the right-hand side of the screen, folks. Just around here, you'll see 124 games, 27 goals, 35 assists. Just typical. You know, some people might say he could have had more goals, but he did have a dip in form in the previous season. Towards the end of that season, he started playing well. So, yeah, 7 views. So I'm going to go back into the comments to see what he's all saying. 19 goals, 18 assists. Yeah. Let's see. 4 home wins. We need to make it a fortress again. Paradise is for us. We do. Nothing at all. It's just obviously the last thing I seen on Mateus was yesterday, where Celtic have met the valuation of the asking price of 8 million, but that hasn't been a confirmed deal. That it's done and dusted, and personal terms are done, and he's on his way over, or international clearance, anything like that. So hopefully he'll be swifty, he'll be effective, and we'll get him in the door. Hopefully, I can't say about St. Mirren because he's obviously traveling from LA. But I know people were saying last night, Jesus, going from Yorkshire to Ibiza, from Ibiza to Beverly Hills, and then Beverly Hills to Glasgow. Geez, that's some amount of travel in the space of 4 years. But you know, he wants to graft and play for his national team and senior level, and he wants to play Champions League football. And you know, coming to a club like Celtic, he's just going to improve and improve, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. People are saying Bernardo's not the answer. Bernardo has glimpsed there that he can be a good player. And look at him. Obviously, Brendan wanted back at the club, and we got Paulo in for 3.5 million. They originally wanted 6 million, Benfica. So let's just back all the players that we have, folks. If they don't cut it, they don't cut it. You know, we moved them on and that's it. But like, just back the team. Understand people are angry. Understand people are upset that one of our key assets is moving on, and that's just life. You know, that's just life, as I said. Just look at this comment from Noel. 25 million isn't big money in the Premier League, Keith. With players that are going for 60 to 100 million. Because the reason why players within the Premier League are going for bigger money is because they look down the Scottish League as a piece of dirt. That's the truth. These Premier League, and Celtic were probably holding on and being stubborn. Look at it. It wasn't a case that they put the first offer in and accepted it. It's been negotiations for the last 5 days. So we'll see what happens. As I said, there's more money added in. If they want to spend the 8 million on getting Mateus in, and then maybe getting another midfielder in, hopefully. But it means you have to, I would say, get rid of bring home, send it home on loan to like a Dundee or Aberdeen or Hibs or so. Still waiting on there's no more chat on Mikey Johnson. I know Sheffield United we're looking at getting Mikey Johnson. Burnley were in the hunt as well for Mikey Johnson, but we're looking at Sheffield centre back Austin Trusty, who's 6'3", 26 years of age. Yes, he was a part of a squad that conceded 108 goals last season in the Championship. But I don't look into that. I look into a guy that was signed for Arsenal, that has played as well for Birmingham City in the past as well, over 40 games. He's played 200 games in senior football. So, no, Quago's not going now. Not going. So that's a good thing. So 186 people in. Just want to give a couple of. How's it going, Joe? How's it going, Lloyd? Lloyd, what are you not on the YouTube? How's it going, Sean? How's it going, Anne and Murray John? So everybody's more. And Brendan came out and said that he's focused on other departments, as in other positions. So hopefully we can get a let back in. Hopefully we can get someone in. You know, as I said, it's a bit raw for fans, and I think it's going to hit a lot of fans when you see him in a Brighton jersey, and you know he's moving on. And as I said, Wishing the very best. Wishing the very best. You know, look at Daniel Kelly. He threw his toys in the pram, out of the pram, sorry. Threw his toys out of the pram and got his move to Millwall for 400k, and that's been confirmed. He was presented with his jersey and his number today. And like, I'm not trying to sound better anyway towards Danny, but I don't really care, because he didn't want a bigger contract. He didn't want to stay and fight for his place. He wanted to move on. I don't know if it's the case that Celtic were offering a decent enough contract. There's currently reports that we were offering $5,000 a week, and that's the reason he moved on. Him and Roccavata moved on. So we'll see what happens. See what happens. Players come and go. It's just a business. So, I think he will. I think he will. I think the likes of Fulham will go back in for him in time to come as well. I know Brighton at this moment in time are probably a bigger club than Fulham. You know, the Amex Stadium, good fans, decent team, play good football. I know they changed managers over the last year. They got the Zebri's gone to Marseille, and they have a new manager in, and he's only 31 years of age. But look, exciting times for them. And I haven't heard anything more about Billy Gilmore's move to Napoli. It was meant to be reportedly 18 million euros. So we'll see what happens with that. I look at Gilmore's a decent player, good with Matt, but don't tell me Brendan Callamack never knew he was away. It's all to do with. I'm sure Brendan Rodgers knew that he was going to eventually go. Like, how many times he was asked over the summer in press conferences about Matt O'Reilly being linked to Atalanta, linked to Atletico Madrid, and look, Matt O'Reilly's form dipped in January when he was linked to Atletico Madrid on loan, and you know, he got back in the mix, and had a really, really good end to the season. You know, thank you, O'Reilly. We are bigger. We are a bigger club than Brighton, but Brighton are in a better league. He's going to get offered probably twice the salary at Brighton. And there's a chance for him to go there, put a stamp down for 2 years, and maybe even get a bigger move to maybe a Spurs or Liverpool or a Manchester United. You know, could have been worse. Could have went to Chelsea. Could have been wasted at Chelsea with them and their 45 players on their roster as well. So all we need to think about right now is St. Mirren Sunday. Exactly, Brian. You know, best of luck. Exactly. Best of luck. It's a stepping stone. Look at the likes of Alex McAllister. He was there, and he ended up moving on to Liverpool. Here's a good comment here. Thanks very much, Sturm. I hope you're well. Coelho and Tate must stay. Matt O'Reilly will thrive at Brighton. Could be serious muckers in this season. I think they'll do well. I think they'll finish probably 7th. But as I said, I'll keep tabs on Matt. I'm not going to start buying Brighton jerseys now or O'Reilly in the back of it, but I'll keep tabs on him. Keep tabs on how he does, how he gets on, you know. But as I said, reports that were in for a 19-year-old guy called Mohamed Diawara. His name is. He's French, but he can play for Mali. He's been capped under 20 for France. He plays for Lyon. Reportedly, his transfer market value is 3 million. 6'3", play defensive midfield and attacking midfield. But I'm no disrespect to the 19-year-old French midfielder, but come on. I'm not getting excited about this when you see the likes of Matt O'Reilly going on. I'll be more excited about a 22-year-old that's banging goals in the MLS. And I know some people don't rate the MLS, but if he's getting a chance, look at Mateusz Roga's goals. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Cracking free kick taker as well. Exactly. And I know for a fact down the line, I know it's not an easy move for Matt as well, personally, because he's leaving a club that he's loved by the fans, and he's after having some really good moments. You know, them sunshine days in Hampden, them derby games, them derby goals, them Champions League nights. He's not, like, you go back to one of his first interview, he said he's never seen anything like that. You know, there's been nothing on him. Reportedly that is a I can't even Lausanne, Lausanne, is it the name of that team, the Swiss team? They put a valuation of 3 million on him. So he wants to come to Celtic, but we'll see what happens with regards to that. He's a left winger as well, by the way, folks. See what happens. PSG academy player Brendan's pal. Sorry. Well, that's where we got Odson Edward from. PSG. I don't think he'll replace Matt O'Reilly, but look it's raw. When you're selling a player of Matt O'Reilly's quality, and I know fans are feeling that we should have got more because the Premier League are dictating ridiculous fees, higher fees. But look, if Matt O'Reilly declared for England, it would have been a different story. Maybe we would have been looking at a 60 million player right now as we speak. And that's the difference. That's the difference because he didn't declare for England. He declared for Denmark. This is why the valuation is completely different. I would have preferred if we kept them and kept until January, and then we would have looked at it then. But some of my mates were saying, well, okay, that's the business end of the window or business end of the season. But if you get offered good money, maybe 40 million, it's different. We could have brought his transfer market value up to 10 million if we kept him. But it is what it is, Ryan Gold, remember him? He was meant to be the next best team to come out of Dundee United, and then it just didn't really work out for me. Where is he playing now? He is playing over in Vancouver, I think. Vancouver Whitecaps, I think it is. He went to Sporting Lisbon and never really worked out for him. So yeah, 196 people in tonight, folks. All I'm asking is subscribe to the channel. Go over to the YouTube channel. Just press Come On The Hoop, search Come On The Hoop Celtic, and it will be in there. If you want to join the membership for 99 pence, not 99 pence, 199, please do as well. It'd be class. As well, I just want to say thank you very much to all the members as well that watching on a regular basis and get the membership. But look at show must go on. The show must go on, folks. We're all devastated, but we St. Mirren the weekend, and hopefully we can go to Paisley and get a result as well. All them players that have become massive after Celtic know where to start, and that's it. Like some fans don't like these words put together and even relate to Celtic, but we are a selling club. We are a selling club, and it's good that our club can dictate and put these contracts on these players. And it was good that Celtic put business on last year and put Matt O'Reilly on a longer contract. And I know that does not seem like a lot to Celtic fans right now because he's leaving, but we got a good improved fee from him. Deep down inside, am I happy with this fee? I wish it was more, but it's no skin off my nose. It's no skin off your nose. At the end of the day, he moves on. And we have players there in that midfield that will do a job. Hopefully Rio can hit the heights. Hopefully Bernardo can come in and actually, get a load of string games of football. And hopefully we can get another midfielder in as well. We do. Do you think Maeda will be a short choice striker? Yeah, Brendan Rodgers confirmed it. He says he plays as a striker in training. He made it said after the game against Hibs at Celtic Park. He plays for Japan up front as a striker, so I can't see Celtic going out in the market and getting another striker unless, touch wood, it doesn't happen. One of our players don't get injured up front. The club is more interested in the selling of our best players than getting players in. They just want to make profit, and then they will get players in. That's the way the club work their business, and it's as much as we moan and we complain about their model, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Now, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. The only thing we see as a fan is, 25, 30 million coming in now for this player. We're going to be lucky to spend even 8 million. This is what happens. This is what happens. You're not going to go out and spend that fee directly on another player. You just have to accept that it's probably going to be 40% of or 30% of the fee spent on a player. Their model's garbage, but at the same time, their model may be garbage, but we're still quite good regards to revenue. Season tickets are on high. We're in the Champions League. We're not struggling financially. So you got to think in that perspective. We've had a good start to the season. Look at the positives than the negatives. Look at the positives. I think in the last 24 hours, you haven't said anything positive about. I understand you're angry about the model. And that's fine to voice your opinion. But actually, give me a positive. Give me a positive, because I can give you many positives. We're in a great place at the moment. We're in a good place with Brendan. You know, we're in a place where we will improve. He's here for another season after this as well. We have a Champions League to go into. And yes, we may get pumped in the Champions League, or we may go in and compete in the Champions League to a level where we haven't seen yet. So, you know, but the financial crap is what you put into the team. And we have put money into the team this season. We bought a keeper for 1 million. We bought Adamida for 8.5 million. We bought Bernardo for 3.5 million. We're going to probably buy the Polish midfielder for 8 million as well. So everyone's bragging on about when Rangers get dumped out of the Champions League qualification, we have 40 million there. And then there's players, like as I said, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I think a lot of people just, give it another week. Give it another week. Understand frustration where we've been linked with Ida all summer, and then eventually it took them a while to get Ida in. Understand it was the same with Bernardo. Understand it was the same about Matt O'Reilly's speculation. I understand the frustration, but that is the transfer window. It's not enough. It will be. As I said, Georgia next week. If we don't get a midfielder in by next week at a decent fee, I will say, right, topic talker, you got it right. Spotting the money. Yeah, it's years of frustration. And I know, but people are complaining about the board. People are not going to boycott the club and get rid of the season tickets because Celtic are in a good place. The only way fans would do that if it was like what happened 4 seasons ago. At the end of the day, we're in a good place. We won a treble less than 2 years ago. We won a double last season. We're in the Champions League, As I said, we'll judge it by the end of the window. And that's what Brendan keeps saying. I know it is frustrating. I understand it's frustrating to a lot of people. Completely frustrating that we don't have a decent recruitment strategy at the moment. But it's not going to upset me sitting down on Sunday and watching Celtic because, as I said, I think there will be a host of names linked, but it's getting players over the line. So there's a lot that happens with transfers. It's not just simple as, I want this guy, 8 million on him. International clearance, personal circumstances, him settling into the culture as well. It's not Football Manager, folks. 60% of me agrees with that comment, but at the same time, you wanted Adamida, he got Adamida. You wanted Kasper Schmeichel, he got Kasper Schmeichel. You wanted Bernardo, he got Bernardo. If he wants that quality player and he doesn't get that quality player in the department, if he doesn't get a decent left back in and a replacement for Matt O'Reilly, I'll turn around and say on 11:10 on Friday night, no, he wasn't backed. No, he wasn't back to the full level that we thought he was going to be backed. He keeps dropping hints that he wants players brought in and quality brought in. But if the club want to be ambitious and go to the Champions League and beyond trebles and actually compete, they need to do it. They need to do it. They need to go out and stop sitting on the hills of cash. Use your cash to the disposal. Because, as I said, there is frustration there between the fans, and some fans are just don't see a blind eye to it. But I can see it on this channel on a regular basis that a lot of fans, for the season tickets, for the merchandise, for the record revenue, use some of the money. We're not actually to go out and spend 10 million on every single player, but go out and actually move up in the Champions League, Yeah, that's what I'm saying, 11:10. So when the transfer, when that closes next week, I'll probably do a 2-hour special. It'll be very repetitive, but we'll see what happens. Good to see the good few numbers in. Yeah. Well, that's it. Bernardo we don't like realistically. Paolo Bernardo will get better and better in a Celtic shirt, but I don't know if he's a case that he's at the level of Matt O'Reilly. Time will tell. Time will tell. The evidence right now, it doesn't give me the full confidence to say, oh, Paolo Bernardo will be a 25 million player in 2 years' time. He just needs to get game time. He needs to actually strive in the Champions League and get man-of-the-match performances. He needs to score more crucial goals. He needs to score more goals in derbies for him to get his valuation up, you know? So we'll see. Agree. And what struck me about Brendan Rodgers today was when he was asked about this, he said, I'm more calmer now because I've been in this position before in regards to frustration and players. But some people think Brendan will walk in January because he might not get the players that he'll get in by the end of this window or the next window. I don't think he'll walk. I really don't believe he'll talk, you know. We're not going to panic, boy. Definitely not going to panic, boy. Not like the last time. Signed 2 goalies, no strength in need in Bernardo because they were there last season. Yes, they were there last season, but we have to replace Matt now and get another left back in. You know. And some fans are saying, I wouldn't be surprised he walks. I wouldn't be surprised he walks because if he's not backed. And you would feel a bit, as I said, I think he's backed in some aspect, but you can't come out and say, oh, I want 30 million. Like, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes with Nicholson and Dermot Desmond and Peter Lawwell and the rest of the board. Are they holding the cards too close to their chest to say, no, Brendan, when we feel like we'll give you money, when we feel like we want it, we'll do. Like, Brendan should turn around and say tonight, I should turn around and say now with the club, right, Matt's gone. Go out and give me a player for 10 million. I want a player brought in this weekend for 10 million and use the money. There's no excuses. There is no excuses. Matt O'Reilly's £25 million and 5 million add-ons. So like as I said, you got to think of it. We bought him for 1.8 million. We're making 12x on this. 12x. Use it 12x. Could have been more. Could have been less. But Celtic had a valuation on it, and 12x. It's not bad. It's not a bad turnover. Not a bad turnover. I'm sure MK Dons will get some sort of fee out of it as well. I'm sure Fulham will get a fee out of it as well. 1 point. Now 1.8 altogether worked out because they end up getting, there was an add-on in there as well because obviously he helped Celtic win the title, but in his first season, well, half of the season he played. But yeah, he was a backup option to Riley McGree, and to be honest, at the time, I remember doing videos on Riley McGree, and I know there was an Australian link there with Ange and stuff like that, and then he ended up fobbing off, and there's talks that there was literally 5 weeks ago that Riley McGree's coming into his final year of his contract, should be going from. Oh, sorry, I didn't get there. Did you get that €5 into your account, Keith? It's not showing up with me. No, it did come through. Thank you very much. Thanks very much, Mikey. Really appreciate the tip as well. So just in the zone I was there. Thanks very much. Anything like that, I really appreciate. At the end of the day, thanks very much from the bottom of my heart. What the blessing disguise he was. Yeah. I remember when we signed Matt and people were like, oh, he's a captain of MK Dons. Is he going to cut to this level? Is it just a bit, is it just I think it was League One MK Dons at the time. People were like, oh, he's not going to do it. And he made his impact, At the end of the day, you're just a customer. Some people are saying on this channel that they don't even buy merchandise. They don't give the club money. So you're not a customer to them if you're not putting money into the club, We can all voice that opinion about Celtic, but you're just a customer. You're just a customer. And you're just a number making numbers, That's just the business. That's every business, you know. So we'll see what happens. See what happens. I understand the frustration there with fans, and as I said, hopefully I'm not sitting here next week moaning like mad, because I'm trying to give you some positive vibes, not negative vibes. You know, I don't want to be, oh, Keith, the moaner, he's just negative Nancy. That's all he moans about. He moans. You know, we are supporters, but we're customers as well. It's a business. It's a business, and sad to say, we are customers. You know, I know it hurts, but we're just fans that, you know, buy merchandise. Whoever buys season tickets, whoever goes to, you know, it is more than business to people, but people on the top need to realize some fans are getting to the stage where we're seeing record forecasts. Why is the squad not being pumped into? Why are key positions where players are on the final years of their contract? Why are we not going out and buying a player like Greg Taylor's in his final year of his contract? Why are we not going out and buying a left back? We should have had a left back in. Should have had a new left back in at the start of July. No, but we didn't. We knew Berta Bay was on loan in Brazil. We knew that Adam Montgomery may not cut it, and he did get a new deal. And look, at wishing the best, but you should be like, it is a very laxy daisy approach. There's no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, if the board mess up this season, people will put the fingers and say they are accountable for messing this up there. They're accountable for not giving the Champions League a proper crack at it. Like, this is the most money we've ever had. And we should be using it, you know? Nobody should be. But people are going to renew their tickets because we're domestically, we're still successful. Like, people are going to go and back the team. Regardless what goes behind the scenes, people are going to back the team because that's their passion. That's what they believe in, you know? Get Dele Alli. He's on the mend. He's been through a lot, Dele Alli. You know, I can't see it happening. Yeah. It's the money. Yeah, it was confirmed. It hasn't been confirmed with the club now, to be honest with you. You're not wrong. Fabrizio Romano tweeted about 8:30, saying that personal terms have been agreed, 25 million plus 5 million add-ons for Matt Roy. So that beats the Scottish record. You know. But I don't know how long the deal's going to be. It's probably going to be a 5-year deal, usually 4 to 5-year deals. Anyway, but as I said, it's not. He could have went to Atalanta, could have went to the Europa League winners, but he decided, the club decided to hold firm and listen to offers from Brighton, and this is the deal that we accept. So this is what happens. So as I said, I don't know if it's a case that will he get the final game on Sunday, with the chances are very, very slim, or is it a case that he's going to be down the road now, do his medical, and be confirmed as a Brighton player within the next 24 hours? Time will tell. But I wish this was last week. I wish this was last week. I wish this was earlier so we could have got players in. But this is the joys. This is the joys supporting football teams. How's it going, Snitch? Hope you're well. We're not going to get that clarity. End of the day, you want to hear communication, you want interaction, but this is why you need to look into the Celtic Trust. These people like to challenge the board in the AGMs. There will be an AGM probably soon, as usual, towards the end of the year. But look, it will happen. We'll get a replacement in. I've no doubt we'll get a replacement in. He may stride and be unbelievable. He may be an absolute flop. But I'm not stressing. I just feel like there's a bit of anxiety in the comments, and it's not like I don't care. Of course I care. Of course I care as much as you care. You know, I wouldn't come on at 10 o'clock at night and do a podcast if I didn't care. You know, I'm obviously a bit devastated by losing Matt, one of our key players, but as I said, your show goes on. Show goes on. You know, it's not going to change the love for Celtic. You know, exactly, exactly, exactly. He hasn't looked great this season. He's only played 3 games. He has assists in there as well, but you don't know. Like you really don't know what's going on in the background. Like the guy's 23 years of age. He's been linked with a host of clubs. I say that's hard for his mentality. I know he has a mental health coach and stuff like that. But I'd say it's hard for his mentality to stay focused and do a job in hand. And he hasn't. He could have been like a prima donna. He could have done a Raheem Sterling, had a moan, had a statement. But he's played his football. He had his pre-season, and at the end of the day, his professional attitude was unbelievable. And as I said, I wish Matt the very best. I wish him the very best on his move to Brighton. You know, we'll all love for him to stay and give a crack for even another 6 months. But you know, well, that if you're a shareholder, you can go to the AGMs. You know, I'll look into the Celtic Trust. Exactly. That's it. We never stop. So Dave is asking. Sorry, Dave, I didn't blank you there. Luke McCown. You know, he done well last season with Dundee. He's 26 years of age. He's Dundee's captain. He's valued at £1 million. Hibs have put in a couple of bids and stuff like that, and they've been dropped down. So it's good to see plunging as well. By the way, good to see really good numbers. Tierney, no. Look, I love Kieran Tierney, but I've done lots of podcasts about Tierney's injury record. I'm sorry, but not a chance. Not a chance. Luke McCown, you can't say he isn't good enough. Well, your opinion, he isn't good enough. He would be a player. I think he would be like a Barry Robson for Celtic, but he's not the Matt O'Reilly replacement. Like, I'd rather have, as I said, get the guy from the MLS, get Mateus, the Polish midfielder from the MLS, pay the 8 million. But if it's a player that we could rely on after Champions League football in the midfield, like who knows the league inside out, I wouldn't mind paying $1 million for Luke McCown. As I said, I'm not putting it out there. I don't think he would ever be near the level of replacing Matt O'Reilly, but he could do a job in that midfield. You know, he's done. You know, so as I said, we'll see what happens. Yeah, there hasn't been much of a Wata, to be honest. I haven't seen much of him. I like to see obviously Yang go out, but I don't know if we'll I don't know if Yang. As I said, I understand a lot of you don't like my opinions. If I say Luke McCown, no Luke McCown, people are say, Keith, that's a bit harsh, and Keith, he's shy, this and that. These are all titles of opinions. All titles of opinions. You know, he is 26. You know, there's been no talks of Arne Ingers in the last 5 days, so I can't see anything happen. We could put a bid in to Augsburg and see will it be accepted, but see what happens. He's played 50 games in Bundesliga, so we'll see what happens. I know, but we'll see what the reaction is now on Sunday. There might be banners from certain fans about unhappy how the board is if they don't invest, and we'll see what happens. Oh, thanks very much. Celt88 is a brilliant channel. It is it's done a really good. Well, he only set up a couple of months ago. He's flying with it. I don't like from Rogers and O'Reilly. Well, they only acquired about him. They actually didn't put a bid in, but like he's 20 years of age. He has Bundesliga experience, and Augsburg have only ever sold players beyond 4 players for above 10 million. So see what happens, you know. This is the thing. So some fans will say, "Oh, I think you do a decent job," and then some fans are like, "Nah, he's brutal." Keith, you're taking. As I said, it's all opinion. It's all opinion. Some people don't like my opinion. That's okay. You know, I'm not gonna cry over spilt milk. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised we'll get I wouldn't be surprised we will probably get one or two players in on loan, because sometimes that's the model. Depends on, this is at the end, towards going into the end, the final week of the transfer window. You kind of know where players are sitting down with managers at other teams and saying, "Well, am I a part of this squad or not? Put me out in the transfer list. Me want to listen to offers." We work hard at our job, fair play. I never thought Aaron Wise was good enough, but he done a job. Yeah. How's it going, Dale? Hope you're well. 7 days of chaos bringing on. It's going to be a busy 7 days. Not even just transfer. We got the Champions League. You got the Champions League draw as well, and we got St. Mirren in there, and we got a derby as well after it. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, you know. Me and Keith run the YouTube game. I wish we did. Unfortunately, we're playing catch up with some really good YouTubers, some really good guys. And as I said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Some people like my content, some people like your content. Can't please everyone. Obviously, I'm not pleasing a lot of people in here tonight, but I'm not going to go to bed and say, "Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That person didn't like my opinion on Luke McCown. Oh, that person didn't like my opinion on Arne Ingles. Oh, that person didn't like my opinion on this. Oh, that person agreed." It's all, at the end of the day, I know, I'm not trying to sound bad to you folks. When I get off this, I just go into switch off mode. Your top's a belter. I have my yellow jersey on. Put it back on, I did. I was in the Celtic shop in Glasgow International earlier on, and I took a picture of a certain jersey. Now I don't know if it's going to pop up because it's the green screen. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. 2 seconds now. Jesus, where is that picture? Oh, I sent it to the boss. I sent it to the gaffer. Sent it to the missus. So and she's like, "Keith's rotten. I'm not a big fan of it. It's horrible." I'm like, "Shut up, you. I'm buying it." So let me see. Don't know if you can see that. There it is, there, folks. There's the new jersey in the Celtic shop in Glasgow International. I haven't took it off. I'm bleeding smelly. No, I took it off. Took it off last night. And you know what? I was like, I'll put it back on. Matt has gone. No, but that's the thing. Like, I'm not here to slate the board. I'm not here to pick sides. At the end of the day, I say how I feel. I'm not going to try and say, "Oh, I agree with you and disagree." No, okay. It is what it is. See what happens in the next 7 days. Going to be a lot of podcasts. There's going to be a lot of videos going out. So I want to see us all on board if you want to tune in. And if I sound like a parrot, if I do sound like a parrot, just get on with it. Get on with it and put myself on the camera. I'm loving it. Bit of Justin Timberlake going on the gaff. Sligo Rovers. Who cares? I was going to say, I thought you said Shamrock Rovers. Were they beaten 7-0? Jeez, who beat them 7-0? Poor Sligo. The home. The bare place of Brother Walford. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. I have to say, the material is really light, though. Really, really light. Drogheda. How Drogheda United? On fire. Okay. We're a set of fans that are very passionate. Regardless of the type of player we bring in, if you see as quality or not quality, we're going to have people that disagree. And that's okay. That's okay. You know, I always say, don't judge the player until a full season. Like, for example, Nicholas Cohn looked a bit shabby, bit all over the place. But look at this season, he is on fire. He's on fire, you know? Yeah, he's on fire. Plunge. It's all opinions, exactly. Exactly. Because their opinions don't mean absolute sauce to the people that run the club at the end of the day. We could all sit here and moan about, oh, they're accountable, this is that. Doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean shit. Just vent it all out. Just vent it all out at the end of the day. Trusty, he's not a bad player. He's been capped for America a handful of times. 26, 6'3", 200 games, professional football. Come on, for God's sake, he played for Arsenal. So he must not be that bad if he was signed for Arsenal. You know? Exactly. You know, players settle. Just give him a time, like, Matt's gonna go, and hopefully he's gonna be absolute boss in the Premier League. Thoughts? What's going on with James McCarthy? 10 days ago, there's talks that he's left Celtic, and there's talks that he's still at Celtic, still on the payroll. Like, what's going on? Does anyone know what's going on with James McCarthy? I'll play centre midfield. I'll do the job now. Me and you do the job. You be like Thomas Graffison. I'll go in there and I'm like a wish version of like Matt O'Reilly. I am. I'm a fatter version, grey haired, the silver fox. I'll be looking like Jim Goodwin in the middle of that midfield. I would. Great idea. Go on, Kate. That's it. Stuck in. Any charity games coming up for any causes? Hit me up. Just let me know a weekend. I'll try. I'm gonna try to do the Celtic sleepover for the foundation. So see what happens. I'm gonna try raise funds for that. Yeah, I did. And he looks like a player that looks like my mate's a big St. Pat's fan. He's been telling me about this guy for the last year, and he looks like a player that we should be, considering actually going for. Give him another year. If he beats, if they go on and beat Istanbul in Turkey, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to it. I'm in Dublin that weekend. Gotta let my ex-partner go out for her birthday and take the kids. I'm raging though because I would have loved to go to Manchester for the Legends game. You're saying I should be a legend playing it, but yeah. Oh, you're doing it for 24 hours? Huh? Was it on live for 24 hours or because I don't think I'd do 24 hours live. Jesus Christ. Be absolutely shard with my schedule. No, look, if there's anything comes up for charity, let me know. I was gonna play a charity game last week, but obviously I had my kids over the same day as Ireland. Yeah, no, I didn't. I forgot all about that. I forgot Ireland were playing England in the Nations League. I know for a fact I won the last 24 hours. I'm only shy. I can barely get 6 hours of sleep. I know it's for a good cause, but no. Well, look, that was a good game. Wasn't that myself, but go back to what 2005? Didn't Celtic bring like 30,000 fans down to Old Trafford for that? But yeah. See what happens. Right, folks, I'm going to jump off. It's been a full hour. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that tuned in tonight. As I said, just to recap, Matt O'Reilly is on the verge of joining Brighton. Agreed. Personal terms have been agreed. Just waiting on a medical. The fee is £25 million with additional £5 million. And I don't know if it's a 4 or 5 year deal, but all I can say is thank you very much, Matt, for the 124 times you played for Celtic. I think, obviously, someone's tuning in that's a Brighton fan. You are getting an absolute gem. So treat him well. Treat him well, because he got the love and affection at Celtic, and he brought success. He was a really good player, and he's going to get better. I think he's going to go strength to strength, at Brighton. So we're on a spending spree. Not like some clubs. We're not on a spending spree, if you go through the comments there. Thank you very much for everyone tuning in. As I said, if you want to join the membership for $1.99, be daily. When am I on next? When am I on next? I don't really know, to be honest with you. I'll try get on tomorrow night, but it'll probably be me walking in the street doing a podcast, because I don't like doing podcasts, me folks. I got shouting. So probably tomorrow night. We'll see. If not, I'll try get on Sunday morning and have a chat with you. We'll see what happens. See what happens. So yeah. Take a break. No, I can't take a break. I've stats to hit. I can't take a break. You mad? My channel runs on stats. I can't do that. There's nothing worse. If I take a break for a couple of days and I see subscribers going or my views going down, you got to keep yourself motivated. It's the only way the channel is going to be successful, if you keep putting content up. It may only be 100 views, or maybe 2,000 views, but it's that view could be a new person that might like the content. Now, I keep going. I took a break took a break on Monday, so yeah. Monday we'll make a big sign, hopefully, yeah. Enjoy yourself. We'll have a Sunday. Now I don't drink the weekends anymore the way I used to, so I'll be all right. I won't be hungover. I'll be fresh as a daisy, But thanks very much to everyone that tuned in. Legends. Have a good night, folks. Happy Friday night. And stick on James Blunt, Goodbye My Lover, and get a paper cut out of Matt O'Reilly sitting beside you, and watch the treble year, and take it all in, folks. Take it all in. Players come and go. It's a revolving door. It's a business. We're Celtic fans. We love the club, and as I said, we're just fans that give our opinions. We're fans that put money into the club, and yeah, you all have different opinions about it, but we're all still going to support them and cheer them on Sunday when they hopefully beat St. Mirren in Paisley. So I'll be back tomorrow night to do a normal video, and anything else develops over the next couple of days of hours, I'll be on like a car bonnet and I'll be doing videos. So please do like my videos and do subscribe if you haven't. But a lot of you have. So hell, all the best. Take care of yourselves. I'll leave you with some funny Rangers videos. Chris Boyd. We'll leave it with a bit of comedy as usual. The regular ones.
That's the first goal. That was the second.
Opportunity, but again, I must add to it as well. Hampden, 39,000 people in there tonight. Rangers fans, they're not happy, and rightly so. I think this whole situation with the stadium, when you look at it, it's came back to cost Rangers again tonight. Champions League nights at Ibrox, teams crumble, but tonight there wasn't really much of an atmosphere at Hampden.
Second half.
Very much so. I think when you see it, I know obviously Mer's seen it in the studio and he was the exact same. How it's given as a second yellow card is beyond me. He jumps up with his arms at his side.
Don't you think that they need the Champions League's money here? I think so. I think they need that. I think that's a good answer.
Football's been giving me so much, and something that I've loved and still love doing. And still love doing. But I think with the time frame of the contract up here, having previously from the ages of 31 to 34 football, I didn't feel like I quite fitted in. I still felt like the same goalkeeper, but that's not me feeling sorry for myself. That's how this world works. That's how this beautiful business works. And I didn't really have a place. And now I found a place. I've had 3 years, 2 and 3 quarters of pure joy in being able to express myself and play with the personality that I love to play with on the field, interacting with an amazing football club who've really embraced me. And I thought, you know what? Why look for more? What more is there out there for me? I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm happy. If I were to go longer, I'd probably be searching. And I searched previously and I found what I wanted, so I wanted to take that.
So my mum and dad live in an apartment, right? And there's 2 floors above, and someone must got a chippy because I could smell a fucking chippy. I could smell someone eating a snack box. I'm sitting here dribbling, listening to Joe Hart while you are watching the podcast. Fucking want the chipper now. So, folks, I'm heading off. I think I'm going to have to break the bank. I think I'm going to have to ring up Craig White and ask him for a lend of a couple of pounds and get myself some finger licking chicken or something, because I'm absolutely starving. Go and get one, Keith. Go and get a big snack box. Pour red sauce all over yourself. Man versus Fields. But yeah. I'll put another video on while I'm just looking at these comments. Let's see what we have. Oh, we put Kenny Miller on roast and getting roasted. What an absolute.
It's a red card in this day and age when you slow things down and you put the point of contact and again John Lundsom's foot's planted right against the side of Alistair Johnston's leg. But what I would say is, had VAR been there, nobody's moaning that that's not a red card. It was a yellow card. There's no doubt about it. So I understand why it's a red card when you see it in real time. Yeah, it's fast. I always say this: football,
that's
you need
a red
to.
Card,
well,
come on,
hang fire, James. I've just gave you the reason why I don't think it's a red card.
It's a red card.
It's a yellow card for me. VAR comes in, intervenes, and it's clearly, when it slows that down, it's always going to be a red card when he gets called to the monitor. Had it not been VAR, nobody would have asked for that to be a red card.
That's a red card in the 1970s, Kenny.
Absolutely not, Chris. That is not.
I think you need VAR to see the point of contact. I know you're speaking about slowing it down, but when you see it full pace, he catches him above the ankle. He's out of control.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
He's endangering an opponent.
He's not out of control.
Of course he is.
No, he's not. He's running fast to go to a ball.
Yep.
You need to run fast.
No,
and he's allowed to slide, and he's allowed to run fast.
He's not allowed to put his studs on above his ankle.
But that's not out of control.
Of course
he's not out of control.
So he meant it then?
What, he meant to kick Alistair Johnston? Absolutely not. He meant to go and win the ball. Alistair Johnston plants his foot. He's not out of control. He is not out of control. Listen, this day and age, with VAR, slow down, that is a red card. I get it. But for me, if VAR's not there, nobody's moaning that's not a red card.
The heat's getting to Kenny.
Absolutely not.
There's no need for that now. That has made me literally cry reading that comment. This is maybe about Matt O'Reilly. Am I going to be sitting here listening to James Blunt eating a snack box crying to Matt O'Reilly? It looks like it's going down that road. I think the chippy's closed anyway, so I'm going to have to just, bite the bullet tonight and just eat a couple of packets of potato or something and live on with it. But folks, thanks very much for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and shout out to everyone. Poor Keith. That's it. And I'm keeping this yellow jersey on as long as I want. If I want to keep it on for the next 2 weeks and I don't change, who gives a shit? You can't smell anything. Can't smell them. Can't smell me. Skips. I'll be in a skip. No, I'm going to wear some different clobber tomorrow. I promise. A picky promise. No problem, Kenny. We'll do one more video before we go. Let me see what I have. Oh, Jesus Christ. God help me.
We're comfortable winners in the last round. Philip Clement, his own mission there, has said it's going to be a step up. And then, you've then got to travel back from there, and you go against Motherwell at Hampden next week as well. So, and then Kiev the following week. So, it's a crucial period for Rangers. And you go back to the pre-season and all the, probably the negativity that was around in terms of people going out and players training with B team, and you don't know what you're going into training, and all of a sudden there's somebody else about Hadji was coming back, and Todd Cantwell's. There doesn't seem to be any certainty with what's happening at Rangers at this moment in time. And I think and Philip Clement's right to an extent in terms of it's a new squad. It is a new squad, but that ain't a new team, and it's got to be better.
Where I know you have to win, but there is a realisation that something has to change at Rangers. Do you think that it'd be better to have stability? I know that you can't plan too far ahead, but if you keep changing your manager, you get the upturn, then change your manager, overhaul the squad. There's been the last few years Ryan Kent and Alfredo Morelos probably stayed too long, ended up going on a free. You see the impact that has on it. Connor Goldson's left. There's talk of James Tavernier leaving.
Now I'm quite confused listening to that. Who are Rangers? Are they talking about Power Rangers, Queens Park Rangers, Kitchener Rangers, Berwick Rangers? What Rangers are they talking about? Because I don't know who Rangers are. Never heard of a team called Glasgow Rangers. Wait, I actually did. Was that the team that got liquidated? That went out of business like that team Gretna did? I think that's that team, isn't it? Was that team that died on like Valentine's Day? Do you remember that? Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I remember form is temporary, liquidation is permanent. Do you remember 55 is actually going to be properly realistically this season in May? Yeah, like that show I think like the biggest club in the world. The stadium is in bits. Yeah, better. But yes, Lion Rangers, Power Rangers, Queens Park Rangers, Kitchener Rangers, Berwick Rangers, all the Rangers, but not Glasgow Rangers. Yeah, we'll leave it there, folks. I'm dribbling of a curry. I'm dribbling of a Domino's. I just wanted to just eat some bleeding food because I've been on a plane. But yeah, Voldemort. I should get some Harry Potter theme music on one of the nights on the channel. Yeah, I was the Green Ranger. I was Tommy Rogic. But right, folks, I'm gonna leave it there. These are all legends. Please effing subscribe, and I shall see you soon. I'll be back to you soon for another video. You can all see me big mallet head then. All right. Take care. Good night. God bless. It's all legends.